Sheffy, what do we have?
Greeny, a busy morning in the NFC North. Moments ago, the Chicago Bears parted ways with Matt Nagy, let him go fired this morning. No surprise there. Now the Bears face a big decision going forward as to who will be the head coach. And I think a lot of people wondering about the general manager, Ryan Pace. No official word yet. My understanding is, I think the sense was that he was going to be retained, but that is not official.
Ryan Pace also out, according to Adam Schefter.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, it was. You just couldn't come up with a way for it to make sense for Pace, even as revered as he is by the McCaskey family, for them to come up with a logical reason to keep him.
And we are following breaking news in the NFL. The Chicago Bears know their next GM. They are finalizing a deal to hire Chiefs executive Ryan Poles as their next general manager. Our NFL insider Jonathan Jones confirming to us Ryan Poles will replace Ryan Pace, who was fired last month after 7 seasons in Chicago.
And there's a video circulating. George McCaskey, the team owner, picking up Ryan Poles at the airport. It is very, very unique. You know, normally you send some intern, some grunt over to pick up the guy being flown in. But apparently, and I can't confirm it was McCaskey, but it sure looked a lot like McCaskey. And so that could have been a pretty good indicator. And here it is, Ryan Poles in Chicago.
It is Matt Eberflus, the former Colts defensive coordinator, who really impressed in Chicago during his interview. I'm told the deal is now done. He is being hired. Matt Eberflus goes from Colts defensive coordinator to the new man in Chicago. And, you know, this was a search run by Bill Polian, of course, has strong ties to the Colts. And one of the main reasons Eberflus got put in front of the owners. And then all he did was really impress. Sounds like his initial interview went extremely well. Brought back for a second interview. That was yesterday. So he was brought back with Dan Quinn and Jim Caldwell.
And how influential was new general manager Ryan Poles in this process?
Yeah, he was influential. He won the general manager battle a couple days ago, whenever that was. Seems like 9 weeks ago. And then what he did was sit with all of the finalists and make a decision himself. And of course, Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles have known each other. They share an agent. The familiarity is there, but it really did seem like from the beginning, even before Poles got hired, that Eberflus really stood out.
The Chicago Bears have found their guy to mold Justin Fields and the Bears offense. They have just hired Luke Getsy, QB coach and passing game coordinator from the Green Bay Packers. He will now be the Chicago Bears offensive coordinator. It was absolutely crucial that the Bears get this hire right, that Matt Eberflus gets this hire right, and he thinks that Luke Getsy from the Green Bay Packers is the man for that job, okay? The man that can revive the struggling Chicago Bears offense and the man that can get Justin Fields to where he has to be a great quarterback. The Chicago Bears have hired Colts safeties coach Alan Williams to be their next defensive coordinator. It's really helpful that he already knows that system because now he's going to be calling plays for that system, okay? He's a 4-3 guy. He worked in the Tampa 2 defense back under Tony Dungy a decade ago. So he knows the system well. He knows the scheme well, and he should be able to teach it really well to our defense as well, and hopefully be able to call, good plays for them.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bridget Condon from the NFL Newsroom with some breaking news that we bring you here today. Khalil Mack is on the move. The Bears and the Chargers are finalizing a deal that would send the star pass rusher here to Los Angeles. We welcome in Tom Pelissero. Tom, what can you tell us exactly about this deal?
This deal now is agreed to. It's going to involve a second-round pick in the 2022 draft and a sixth-round pick in 2023 going to the Bears for Khalil Mack.
Ryan Poles finally gets an offensive lineman as he signs Lucas Patrick from the Green Bay Packers to a 2-year deal worth $8 million. The Chicago Bears poaching again from the Green Bay Packers get a guy that can play both guard and center and a guy that Aaron Rodgers really loved to have there in Green Bay. We got another receiver. The Chicago Bears have just signed wide receiver Byron Pringle from the Kansas City Chiefs to a 1-year deal worth $6 million with $4 million guaranteed. Now, no way am I trying to disrespect Byron Pringle, though, because he's definitely really, really talented. I still think he's going to be a big part of the Chicago Bears offense next year, just not as a number one. Maybe as a complementary piece, I think he could be a really nice fit on the Chicago Bears offense, especially with Justin Fields' ability to throw the football down the field, because this guy, Byron Pringle, man, he can move. After Larry Ogunjobi failed his physical, the Chicago Bears already got his replacement. They have signed defensive tackle Justin Jones from the Los Angeles Chargers to a 2-year deal worth $12 million. So we're getting a pretty younger option, which could be a good thing for the Bears. Okay, maybe there's a lot of untapped potential in this guy. The Chicago Bears add some really solid pass rushing talent as they signed defensive end Al-Qadim Mohammed from the Indianapolis Colts to a 2-year deal worth $10 million total. I personally like this move a lot, guys, because he gives us exactly what we need at defensive end in this 4-3 defense. And best of all, guys, he's coming at a pretty cheap price for a pass rusher. Okay, usually pass rushers cost a decent amount of money, especially one that was, fairly productive last year like Al-Qadim Mohammed was. And tonight, the Bears have signed a linebacker, okay, Nicholas Moreau from the Las Vegas Raiders. So he's not really a known commodity in the NFL, but Raiders fans were pretty upset to see him go. I saw the comments of some of the tweets where they were announcing the news, and some Raiders fans were, hoping that they could have brought him back. So clearly that's a good thing to see Raiders fans, somewhat appreciate him, even though he wasn't like a star level player.
All right, Bears fans, with the 39th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, Chicago Bears select DB from Washington, Kyler Gordon.
They were looking, right, DJ, for that guy opposite Jalen Johnson, who they got out of Utah in the second round a few seasons ago. They want that guy opposite him. Kyler Gordon, I talked to a personnel director, and he kept telling me people are saying there's not so much production. He said people aren't throwing it because he was always latched onto him.
Yeah.
You don't throw it into that area.
By the way, I do love this feature that the kids, the prospects, get to see themselves in an NFL cap for the first time. And
get it right. Get it right.
Yeah, make sure that they get it the way they want to.
I love it. He's milking it, too. I love it.
Seriously, he watched it all go down last night. Now he's here.
But give him credit, too.
And he gets to give his hug.
Rich, he stayed over. He's one of those prospects that stayed. I always give him an extra point for the second day.
And some people and some teams that had him over his teammate, Trent McDuffie, that we saw go yesterday. That's an unbelievable pair of corners they had there for the Huskies. This is a guy who can play in press. He can play in off. He's very comfortable. There's no panic to his game. This is a back shoulder throw, which is one of the toughest balls to defend. Just very relaxed and comfortable. High points it, gets his feet down. Then you put him in off coverage. Again, pattern read. Be able to see it, put your foot in the ground, drive, and make a play. Outstanding ball skills for him. He got a lot of action as teams tried to avoid McDuffie. You can even kick him inside some, let him work in the slot, working against Drake London right here, using that length to poke the ball away. And then the physicality. It jumps out to you in the run and the pass. You also saw it on special teams. You mentioned also, Joel, about the ballet. I said I've seen the video.
Here it is.
We've got it.
We've got the video. Kyler Gordon.
And the hair hasn't changed.
I think that's why he's so patient on the field.
That. Didn't Lynn Swan do this too, right?
Yeah, Lynn Swan definitely did it.
Well, worked out for him. All right, it's now time for Melissa Stark.
Literally a dancing bear, by the way.
Go ahead, Melissa.
Okay, talking about dancing. He didn't have to wait long tonight. You are the newest member of the Chicago Bears. Were you taking it all in the green room?
Yeah, I was. With my family, it was just a crazy time to be there with everybody that supported me from the bottom. And I'm so thankful. Yeah, I'm blessed.
The Bears fans out here are already cheering for you. You get to face Aaron Rodgers 2 times a season. I know the Bears fans are watching on TV. They want to know what you're going to bring to this team.
Yeah, we're going to bring a whole lot of energy. We're going to turn it up. I want to be a guy that will come in here and produce and just be a great person on this team. And I'm just so excited. I'm thankful to be with this organization, a bunch of great people that I love. So I'm excited to get to know them more and build this relationship with the team.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
With the 48th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Jaquan Brisker, defensive back, Penn State.
You're a fan. I just saw what you just mouthed there, Joel.
I love this guy. DJ, I know you love him as well. I mean, instinctual. He's all over the field.
I love him too.
And you can love him as well.
Can I get in? All right.
DJ, here's what I love. Critical moments, he showed up, and they relied on that defense so heavily.
I'm just disappointed that we had the guy that does the hot sauce show that didn't announce Sauce Gardner as a pick. Missed opportunity. But this is a secondary that's added some toughness. Eberflus with that defense, you had Kyler Gordon and now you had Brisker. you've had some playmakers and some tough dudes that back end.
Joel, you called plenty of his games. I was watching you call the Wisconsin game when he took over down the stretch on defense. Do you know where his toughness comes from? His grandfather, ABA All-Star John Brisker, known as the Pittsburgh Bad Boy, and finished up his career as a professional
So you
boxer.
think Ryan Poles got the job and said, I think we need to address the secondary? What do you think?
I think that might be a priority.
Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker are the latest Chicago Bears.
With the 71st pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Velus Jones, wide receiver, Tennessee.
Charles, it's a volunteer, so you've got to take him, but I do find it interesting when you think about what his skill set is and what he can do.
You mean Cordero Patterson?
Going to the Chicago Bears.
Absolutely, and this is a kid who started out at USC and transferred to Tennessee, and watch him work in the slot, big body guy. I don't know about you guys, but when he ran at the combine, that was faster than what I anticipated. I knew he could roll, but I thought he was a big, strong, physical kid. I had no idea he was going to run sub 4.4.
Well, you know, in his past,
that was the thing that I saw.
He's been a 10-500 meter guy too.
I mean, he gets going and gets it up there. And don't forget, special teams play for him.
That's right.
Cordero Patterson is a returner, as Daniel outlined. Velus Jones is a returner. And how about the blocking?
Are the Vols back? We're seeing some Vols going.
With the 168th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the 1985 Super Bowl winning Chicago Bears select Braxton Jones, tackle, Southern Utah, BearDowns.
You want to talk about length? Almost 36-inch arms, 35 and 3/8-inch arms for Braxton Jones at 6'5 and a quarter, 310. He's a specimen, and when he gets his arms on you, it's over. He just needs to get a little bit more comfortable, play with a little bit more balance. But to me, Charles, if he can get his pads down, play with more balance, that length, that's going to be a huge asset for him.
Look how thrilled they are putting the whole thing together.
With the 174th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears proudly select Dominic Robinson, defensive end from Miami of Ohio. Welcome to Chicago, Dominic. Bear down.
This is a pure leverage rusher. Said this about a couple guys, but the effort for him is outstanding. 4-point stance or 3-point stance, big time burst. They do run a lot of those games, so a lot of twists, a lot of stunts. This is a former wide receiver, so it tells you what type of athlete that you're working with a 41-inch vertical. By the way, congratulations to Charlie. We got a Miami, Ohio guy going
Charlie,
to the Bears.
Charlie, atta baby, our boss man. And
King of Spring, he's very happy.
And he's to the Bears, Charlie's team.
We have a Charlie reaction video? No?
No, we have Charlie in the truck.
Hey, DJ, with Dominique Robinson, D'Angelo Malone, similar trait, similar body type.
Yeah, he's
out of Western Kentucky.
Yeah, he's a little more, I would say, a little more thick.
Yeah.
And D'Angelo Malone a little more angular. But both guys win with their first step.
The 186th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Zachary Thomas, tackle, San Diego State. Woo!
So the Bears make a pick. Another guy from San Diego State, Zachary Thomas, now going to the Bears.
Yeah, Cameron Thomas, Zachary Thomas. Zachary Thomas started 17 games at right tackle, 14 games at left tackle, and 2 games at right guard. He tore his ACL back in 2018, and he missed most of 2019. But to me, the brother of Cameron Thomas, he's a guy who has the tools to play at the next level. You look at his size, he's 6'5", 308 pounds. He ran a sub-5-second 40, fires off the ball, gets into position, flashes the ability to generate push, needs to get a little bit stronger in the lower body. But he's got the length, the agility, and just the versatility that you look for, having played at 3 different spots along that offensive line.
With the 203rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Treston Ebner, running back, Baylor.
Runs big behind his pads, but his best trait, versatility. He can play running back, wide receiver, return kicks, coverage kicks, a dream for an NFL roster. And I felt badly for him, Jordan, in the Big 12 championship game. That is because as the Big 12 Special Teams Player of the Year, muffed 2 punts. And you can see head coach Dave Aranda going, I hate to pull you, man. You're one of our captains, but I have to. I felt badly in that moment for him, but hey, now he has a chance to prove himself on the NFL level, a very versatile player.
He does. He made a dynamic duo at Baylor with
some of the other running backs they had there. Abram Smith was named that I couldn't remember for a second there, but him and Abram Smith was a dynamic duo there. But Ebner, as you mentioned, he's that versatile guy.
With the 207th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Doug Kramer, center, Illinois.
Well, we just touched on it.
There we go.
Yeah, another offensive lineman in the form of a center in Doug Kramer.
He goes home. He's from Hinsdale, south side there of Illinois, or of Chicago, I should say. Played his ball at Illinois. And you see there's the center measurables, right? 6'2", shorter arms. So what are you looking at center? Smart guy, want him to move after he snaps the ball. A guy that, you can trust to communicate, set your protections perhaps. So
226th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Jatyree Carter, guard, Southern University.
So taking a look at the all-SWAC selection from 2021, this past season, he was the second team member of that conference. Distinction, no sacks allowed in his career. I mean, if that is not going to get you a little bit of love, not exactly sure what else will for you. And he does have some pretty good game experience as well with 38 games played.
Yeah, another HBCU player here. And when you play at a small level there, and I always tell my scouts this, those guys better dominate. You don't want to go in a small school and try to figure out which guy is this I'm supposed to be evaluating. They better stand out and they better dominate their level of competition. And you saw that Carter has not given up a sack there in the SWAC. So that's number one. That's plus number one. Made it to the combine, got to show his wares there. So hopefully now he's getting picked.
With the 254th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Elijah Hicks, defensive back, California.
So Elijah Hicks, Baldy, is the selection. Got an opportunity to talk to linebackers coach Keith Hayward from Cal. He told me at the NFL level, versatility, this is a kid who can go play free or strong safety. He's really smart, understands box fits. His head coach, Justin Wilcox, said, look, this guy is going to do everything right off the field. Stayed when there was a coaching change, went back for another year, didn't have a ton of to do to grow up. Spent a lot of time thinking about how to help other people. I always like the good stories, Baldy, and guys who do want to do well for their community. Didn't want kids to go hungry. Raised a ton of money for organizations in that realm. So in terms of a good guy Chicago's getting, they got that, and the guy can play as well.
Well, I'm just looking at what Matt Eberflus has done when he was in Indianapolis. With Kari Willis when he came out of Michigan State and Julian Blackman, and how they've just anchored the back end of that defense in Indianapolis, being a top 5, top 10 defense. And there's a certain way that you got to play if you're going to be a safety for Matt.
The Chicago Bears select Trenton Gill, punter, NC State.
Trenton Gill, the punter out of NC State, a kicker, and 4 punters taken in this draft. Do we have punting XL? Of course we do. Boom. I mean,
Aussie style right there. See that drop straight down?
Yeah, the Bears took him.
1 punter, 2 punter, 3 punter, 4.
There we go. Oh, more punter. There we go. Oh, let loose. Why don't you? Number 99 is a punter, too.
Drop it in there. Catch the ball. That's beautiful.
It's a big punter. Tied for the most punters ever, huh?
6'4", 220-pound punter. It's a big dude.
How about that nice special teams coverage, too?
The Bears have signed Riley Reef to a 1-year contract up to $12.5 million. Sounds like he's going to make at least $10 million. Longtime offensive tackle in the National Football League, played right tackle for the Bengals last year. Missed some time, but played over 700 snaps.
All right, we've got some breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ, where Bears All-Pro linebacker Roquan Smith has requested a trade.
Yeah, physically, Roquan Smith, the all-pro linebacker for the Chicago Bears, and likely their best player on defense, or maybe best player in their entire organization. He is there. He is present, but he does not want to be there. He has requested that the organization trade him. Roquan Smith has lost what he believes is any trust in the organization. He believes they're trying to take advantage of him, that the organization is trying to strong-arm him into a deal that is really not something that he could take.
What prompted you to not only ask for a trade,
but to put out the statement that you did?
It was very emotional for me because normally I tend to not voice my opinion as much, but I just wanted the fans to know what was really going on.
Are you planning to play out the final year of your deal?
That's correct. Betting on myself. I thought it was very distasteful, to say the least.
How was the process distasteful?
I think it was just more so when not coming into an agreement, when I feel like I've busted my ass so long here, and not being rewarded.
Do you regret not having an agent through this process?
I think that's just a bunch of excuses when people say that. Times are changing, and I feel like players want to be at the table to have full transparency to know what's actually going on.
How do you reconcile going out and representing an organization that you feel personally disrespected you?
I would say my loyalty lies with the city of Chicago, the loyal fans here, the guys in the locker room. My full intention to play this season, and whatever happens, happens, and whatever it is I have to go through this season, I'll do it chin up, chest out, sunsets, no regrets, baby.
The Chicago Bears, which claimed six people total, also claimed Alex Leatherwood, the former first rounder for the Las Vegas Raiders, who still has 3 years and $5.9 million fully guaranteed left on his contract, along with the fifth-year option that is available.
Ryan Poles is back at it again, making major moves across the roster today, claiming 6 players off of waivers. The biggest name claimed off waivers was last year's first-round pick, offensive lineman Alex Leatherwood. Also, we signed 5 other guys that are also very intriguing. We signed a defensive tackle from Arkansas who played with the Vikings last year, Armon Watts. He started 9 games for Minnesota last year and had 5 sacks with 46 tackles. Next up is defensive end Kingsley Jonathan. He was an undrafted free agent. He's a rookie pass rusher with some potential. Sterling Weatherford, another undrafted rookie. He played safety for Miami, Ohio, but has been playing linebacker at the NFL level. Josh Blackwell's another undrafted rookie. He played corner at Duke and ran a 4.33 blazing 40-yard dash. He is very athletic and smooth in coverage. His biggest weakness is tackling and run support. Then our final guy we claimed off waivers was tight end Trevin Wesco. He was a 4th-round pick in 2019 as a tight end fullback hybrid. He caught 6 passes for 87 yards in 3 seasons. The Bears claimed another player off waivers today, adding wide receiver Amir Smith-Marset from the Vikings. Bears fans remember Marset from last year as he had a 2-touchdown game against us as a rookie. Marset is 6'1", 185 pounds, and ran a 4.43 40-yard dash. Overall, Smith-Marset is very versatile. He can contribute in the return game. He is good on screen passes, reverses, and jet sweeps, but his route running and ability to get open is what intrigues me the most.